people? Zach Attack here, bringing another reaction video to Attack on Titan's episode 15. Now, I did a reaction to the 13th and 14th. I uploaded it a second time because it got blocked or copyrighted. Anybody know the situation that I can go to something else where it won't get copyrighted? Like, I've seen other people react to the animes, like, after I got done, watching, like, episodes 1 to 14, obviously, so far. I go back and watch other people that I follow on YouTube that are reactors, and they be watching the same thing, but they're not blocked. So is there something else I can go to where I can watch it and not get blocked? Somebody put in the comments, please, to tell me that. But so far, I guess they caught 2 Titans. My best guess is they're going to study them, and they're going to see if they probably talk, my best guess. Which, by the image I'm looking at right here in general, I don't think they're logically smart enough to even know how to talk. Like, this Titan right here in general looks like he's just goofy. But we'll see what happens.
You're all cowards! Just shut up and put all your faith in me! You don't need a good talking to. What you're in need of, boy, is to be taught a lesson. Then I have made my choice.
And so it was that Eren became a ward of the Scout Regiment, and key to their planned mission beyond the wall.
An architectural marvel, don't you agree? A proper royal residence once upon a time, and more recently, our former headquarters. Fancy, yes, but absurdly impractical once the scouts got down to business. Much, much too far removed from either river or wall. This was the early days for us, you understand. Hopes soared high. Now, this opulent bauble is little more than a holding cell. The place where we store our newest toy. Do not be deceived, Greenhorn.
Excuse me?
Don't be expecting the royal treatment. Whether you're Titan or human, don't imagine for a second we all share the good captains and peace.
That's what you get for flapping your jowls on
I
horseback.
totally just
The
missed why
rookie
he
needed
just
to know
glowed
his
like
place. First impressions are important.
Well, you certainly made an impression on him. No question there.
Indeed so. Our exchange went exactly as planned.
What happened to you? You never used to talk like this. I mean, it's really none of my business, but if you're trying to act like the captain, it's kind of embarrassing. You and Levi couldn't be less alike if you'd been born separate species.
If you intend to hound me like a wife, Petra dear, there's rather more of me you need to be acquainted with before laying claim to the privilege.
You wish. I'd tell you to bite your tongue, but you've got that covered. Next time, I hope you bleed out.
Ho ho ho!
Damn.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Watch that come true until he gets killed by a Titan.
So here they are, the Scout Special Operations Squad, the Levi Squad.
You
I see
disgusting
why, 'cause
swineherd.
Levi's kind of,
Petra Rawl, 10 Titan kills to her credit, 48 kill assists.
Jesus.
Oduo Bozad, 39 kills, 9 assists. Elite as they come.
So that's like a kill streak thing like in Call of Duty.
14 kills,
So-
32 assists.
Wow, 14 kills, 32 assists. So obviously kills means you killed them yourself. Assists mean that you got halfway, let's say, because their weakness is the back of their neck. So let's say you got halfway of cutting them and you for some reason you had to back down. Somebody else came along and finished it. That's an assist. So obviously now everybody, that's kind of a stupid thing to have to talk about since a lot of people know what assist from a kill is, but just in case anybody really didn't know the difference of what they're talking about, probably. I might be wrong. They might be assist in a different way on Attack of the Titans comparison to what we think of in Call of Duty. But the dude got 14 kills and 30 something assists, so it looks like he gets more help than he does kills. The girl got like 48 kills, I think it said, and less assists. Hey, you want people that do more kills themselves, that can do more kills themselves on these big fuckers, than people that do more assists. Because people do more assists, that means they need more help. Or more training or whatever, in my opinion.
Dr. Schultz. 7 kills, 40 assists.
Oh, okay, yeah, he needs. Yeah.
Every one of these scouts was handpicked by Captain Levi for accomplishments in the field. That end,
Yeah.
they're my executioners. The ones who will end
Just
me
the
if I
assist
lose
ones
it.
that have that many. That guy had 7 kills and 40 assists. Yeah.
Look at these weeds.
I'd be having concerns he
This
would die.
place has gone to
He would
hell.
die
It's
quickly.
been abandoned for
Because he
years.
simply looks like
The
he needs help.
insides are shambles.
In which case, we have a problem, don't we?
Oh,
Best grab a broom and get to work.
my ears clogged up somewhere.
I'm done with the upstairs, sir. If I may ask, Captain, where will I be expected to sleep?
Your sleeping quarters are in the cellar.
The cellar? But, sir, again?
Our
They're
safest
really putting
option.
him in the cellar again.
Your
Come
abilities
on.
are far from being under control.
What bullshit do you think he's
You
gonna
might
pull?
go Titan in your sleep. One of the conditions of my having you in custody at all is that I keep you under strict security.
Yeah, leave him-
Morning, noon, and night. While we're in Dreamland, you're in restraints. That's the rule. I'll check your work. Take over here. I want it spotless.
Okay. My problem with that situation is that if you feel like you gotta watch him and you want to put him in a strict thing, whatever, put him in the same room as you. Just put like your bed on one end, his bed at the other end. There you go, you're watching him. But besides, you really think he's gonna pull something? I don't think so.
Yes, sir.
He wouldn't have gone with you guys as your guys' team if you were gonna pull something.
Oh, Aaron, try not to look so discouraged. Sorry, I hope you don't mind me calling you Aaron. I noticed the captain doesn't. Well, he pretty much sets the tone for the rest of us.
Whatever. It's just that well, did I really look discouraged, or were you just saying that?
Everyone reacts that way. Up close and personal, Captain Levi doesn't seem much like the hero he's cracked up to be. For one thing, he's a lot shorter. Bit on the temperamental
I
side,
uploaded
too.
the one
Not
with
exactly
me reacting
imbued
to
with what
the
you'd call
13
the
and
social
14th
graces.
episode, by the way.
It's not that.
So,
I'm more put off by the
we'll see if that one
seriousness.
stays up there
He's
this
so dead
time, because
earnest
they
about
got
following
blocked
the
already
higher-ups'
before,
rules.
so we'll see if they
Let me
block
guess,
it
you
again
think
really
strength
quick.
means living by your own rules,
Because
flouting
it takes,
everyone
what, 30
else's.
minutes? They already block
Well,
it.
He didn't strike me as the type to take orders.
Time was he would have lived up to your
Her?
expectations.
No,
That's what I
can see her
understand
being able
anyway.
to
I
take
don't
her. I
have the
just can't see
details.
her the type that being able to get kills.
Story goes, he was quite
she
the rogue
does.
before joining the
48
Scouts.
kills, I
A
think
high
they said
roller in the
Jesus.
capital's black market.
She'd be the type of person on my team.
How the hell did he... I mean...
No clue. Folks talk, but who knows what really brought him here, right? The most popular version involves Ervin. They say he dragged him to the Scouts
Sorry, I
kicking
look
and
like I
screaming.
have my shirt on, dude. It's hot as hell in here. It's like 89 to something.
What's
in the
going
house.
on?
Because it's 100 and something here in Utah.
Your cleaning is lamentable. Back upstairs, now.
He looks like he's all
We're 30 days out from an expedition to set up a
Scary as hell.
logistics base
Definitely with
beyond the
that look.
wall. And now you're saying we'll have a crop of green recruits along for the ride?
Assuming any sign up, yes.
Not to be a naysayer, but doesn't that seem rash to you? Honestly, what are their odds?
Our custody of Aaron is conditional on the results of this mission. Right now, the first order of business is persuading the brass we have him under control, that he's an asset, not a threat.
Thank
Last
you.
thing we want is for the military police to throw in their lot, or someone else.
And you don't want to give me a straight answer. Is that it?
Your nose is as sharp as ever, huh? Not bad.
Yeah, well, not as sharp as yours on a good day.
You'll have the facts soon enough.
What?
It's safe to assume our standing orders will stretch into next week. But word through the grapevine is we're gearing up for a big mission a month from now. One where a bunch of wet behind-the-ears graduates are slated to be our main backup.
That can't be right. Why do something like that? The cadets have been through enough with the last Titan attack. Why subject them to that kind of danger again? You have to wonder how many of those snivel drop runs peed themselves.
Surely this can't be the case.
Mission planning isn't my responsibility. But it is Ervin's. And you can bet the man's obsessed over every angle.
That's the truth, especially given how unique the situation is. Consider how many people died on the path to taking back Walmaria. Then hope comes in a form no one expected, one that we're not even entirely sure how to deal with. Most of us still find it hard to believe. So how does it work, this whole changing into a Titan trick, really?
Wish I could tell you, but the fact is my memory's not clear. Guess it's kind of like being in a trance. I do know the trigger seems to be hurting myself in some way, like biting my hand. Wait, why do I know that, but nothing else?
Yeah,
Not
right?
going to get anything out
That
of
is
him,
kind of strange.
apart from what the scribblers have laid out in
You're
the
able to
reports.
memorize how you can turn yourself into the Titan,
Not that
but you
you
can't
know
remember
who will have a
how
go at it.
what happens afterwards of being the Titan.
You'll be lucky to come out of it alive if that one lays into you. Of course, it's only a matter of time.
Who are you talking about?
I'm so sorry. Good evening, Team Levi. How is
The hell was
Castle Life
that?
treating everyone?
You're too early.
Am I? Suppose I couldn't help myself.
Section Commander Hanji?
Hello, Aaron. In the event you haven't pieced it together yet, it's my job to spearhead the Scout Regiment's research efforts. Essentially, I poke and prod our captive Titan specimens. I'd very much like your help.
My help? In what way? Like, what would I have to do?
Join me, of course, on a quest of scientific discovery.
Well,
Cause that was
I'm
just
happy to help, except
like
I'm afraid it's not up to me.
the
I'm
blushes
under close
she had on her
restrictions by
face
order
right
of the
there was
higher-ups, you
just
see.
weird.
Levi, what's on the docket for him tomorrow?
I don't want to
Clearing
phrase
out all the
like
weeds?
that
Excellent,
look
then.
was if it's just
It's cinched. Young man, tomorrow will be grand.
Okay. But, just so I'm clear, what exactly will I be doing? Are you running experiments or something?
Idiot. Shut up.
Ah, I knew it. You possess a singularly curious mind, don't you? Well, my inquisitive friend, if you insist. Why not lay it all on the table? I intend to get better acquainted with the Titans we looked upon and trust.
I'm concerned she's gonna try something sexual. Like just the blushing weird shit she did with the scientific thought and shit. She looked like she was being horny.
As a scientist, naturally I started with a standard battery of
safe,
tests we
yeah.
conduct on all such captures.
And they all left the room
Hello,
and she's a
beautiful.
girl and he's a dude.
First was an attempt at communication. How are we feeling? Do you have a name? Are you in pain?
Section Commander, you're too close!
See, she's trying to talk to
Hi
him.
there. Lovely weather, don't you think? Are you hungry? That was close!
That's what I've been trying to tell you!
Sadly, my findings were consistent with all other past attempts. No communication with them seemed possible.
Yeah, so she did try
That
to
said,
communicate with him.
my time spent in intimate proximity to these creatures did indeed help me cope with the tediousness of day-to-day tasks. Once upon a time, many centuries ago now, there lived a vicious tribe of cannibals. You may think I'm speaking of your kind, but in fact, these cannibals were human. They would maraud unwary travelers near their cave. Their ruthless palate did not discriminate between merchant and clergyman, highborn or low. Valuables were taken, flesh feasted upon.
We gotta go through this again? Her naming scheme is so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did
kinda
she end
is.
up going with last time?
It was Chikatilo and Albert.
In the end, these
Right.
cannibals subsisted on human meat for 25 years, give or take. Historians suspect they killed somewhere around 500 people during that time. That's probably more victims than the two of you have gorged on combined. To their credit, though, they perfected the art of preparing flesh. Steaks cut from hindquarter meat, leg meat diced and added to stew, belly fat ground into patties and fried, sausages made from blood clots and intestinal lining. In fact, one might even suggest they further the culinary arts. In that respect, they were distinct from you. Alas, this tribe of gormandizing cannibals were caught and executed by the providence of a single
The
mistake.
hell?
In that
wrong with that
respect,
dude?
you aren't so dissimilar. You both underestimated your quarry's resourcefulness and wound up captured, victims of your own appetite. In honor of the cannibal tribe's notorious leader, I'm going to christen you beauties accordingly. You'll be Sani. You are Bean. No need to fret, though. I'm not going to publicly disembowel you or burn you at the stake. Pleasure to meet you, Sani. Likewise, Bean. Let's be chums, huh? That's how I came to name the 7-meter Titan Bean and his grinning 4-meter companion, Sani.
Okay. Gotcha.
The next step involved sensory deprivation, denying them sunlight. Observing as we do that Titans are less active in the nocturnal hours, we may extrapolate from this experiment that the sun is likely a key source of energy for them. Nevertheless, I discovered a profound difference between the two. Well done, Sonny. See you in the morning. Sweet dreams, you lug. Corroborating previous data, Sonny grew notably sluggish after only an hour's lack of sun. My, someone's certainly the night owl, huh? You're going to wear me out. Ah, well, this wouldn't be my first all-nighter in the name of science. Bean, however, still beamed 3 hours in. A staggering find, believe me. They don't require food or water to survive. They possess vocal organs but have absolutely no need to breathe. The only thing their bodies metabolize into energy is sunlight. Every Titan may have a different threshold for sunlight withdrawal, so I have to be careful. Don't want them dying on me, you know. Several have passed on in captivity owing to my ignorance, sad to say. 2 in particular perished of decapitation when we accidentally struck the soft spot. Poor devils. Chikatoloni and Albert, their names were. Such adorable ear-to-ear smiles. What I did to them was terrible. It haunts me. I mustn't let that happen again. I couldn't bear it.
Yeah, no. Sure.
Carry it on! Physical contact with them was the next obvious step because I simply had to know whether or not they experienced pain as you or I!
It isn't necessary for you to scream, Section
I can't do this and not scream, damn you! Look at him! He's in absolute agony! My poor Bean! I'm so sorry! It was the
Okay.
only way to learn if they had any weaknesses, apart from their names, you see. I hated myself for it.
Why?
Sonny?
They've killed
Sweetie,
thousands of
I've
people.
skewered you straight through the heart. Does it not hurt, dear? Don't you feel that? Sonny was more, shall we say, introverted than his counterpart. If he felt pain, he was unwilling to show it. Go on. Talk to me.
For the love of God, stand clear!
You almost got me that time, didn't you, darling?
You want your head chomped off?
Yeah, right. She's going to get her
Sonny's
head
range of
bit off
expression
by
is
accident because
somewhat
he's
limited, I
playing
think.
stupid.
The only
But at
things
the
he
same
knows to do are
time,
lunge
people
and
like
bite.
that in
Commander,
any
all due respect.
anime movie in general actually
But how can you
never
be so
actually die
lighthearted
because
about
they
them?
play
You
stupid, but
talk
they
like they're
actually
badly
in a way are
behaved
doing it in a
pets.
smart way.
It's just, they're the single greatest threat mankind has ever faced. They've nearly driven us to extinction. You're a scout. You know that. You've seen them in action countless times.
True. In fact, more than my fair share of friends have died in the jaws of a Titan right in front of me. When I first became a scout, I fought them out of pure white-hot hatred. But one day, I came to a realization. I kicked the severed head of a 3-meter Titan out of spite. It weighed next to nothing. Might as well have been a feather. In the realm of improbability, that fact would seem to rank fairly high. Their utter strength argues against it. And such was the case with every Titan. Contrary to the appearance of density and great mass, the severed limbs were light as tree bark.
What?
I've been given to understand
So they're
that
only
when you
light as a
transform,
feather?
your Titan
That's
body
entirely impossible. There's no
materializes
way.
as if out of thin air. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, really.
In fact, the only way I can think to describe it is to say their appearance stands in sharp contrast to their true substance.
If I heard that right, though, she said that pretty much she cut off that one's Titan's head and
We've
it
been
was as light
fumbling
as a
around in
feather.
the dark, our prime offensive
If I heard
tactic
that
based
right,
on
that's pretty.
contempt and
No,
fear.
what?
We
I'm
need a
like
fresh
shocked.
strategy, one guided by knowledge, a whole new way of looking at the enemy. Of course, it could be a complete waste of time. Still, though, nothing
Just to
ventured,
figure out how
nothing
much
gained.
they weigh? Yeah, probably just a little bit. Depending on the advantage.
Joining the Scouts has been an eye-opener. Shock after shock. And it's not just Section Commander Hanji. Everyone here's a little off. It's like I've wandered into a sanctuary for crackpots. But they're striving for change. That's been the appeal of the Scouts all along, right? Commander Hanji, if you don't mind, I think I should hear about these experiments in greater detail.
What? Really?
Yes, I want to know everything. If I'm going to help you tomorrow, I'll need it.
Ah, good point. I might have glossed over one or two important details. Right, full disclosure then. We may be here a while.
Good.
I ought to start from our first captured Titan. That was the birth of my first hypothesis, you see. Carried to its natural conclusion.
It really took
the
all
experiment
day.
yielded nothing of positive value.
No way.
But listen to
He's
me
probably
rambling
passing
on. I'm
out.
sure you surmised all this from your training. They did cover this stuff, right?
Yes, they did. Every last
I knew
bit.
it. Like, there's no way.
Great! We can use that as a jumping off point for my own theories. Let us
How the
review,
hell
shall
is she
we?
still awake? She must have taken something while she
Consider how the
was.
Titans...
Section Commander Hanji, come quickly! The test subjects! They're dead! Both of them killed!
What?
Sonny! Bean! How could this happen? Someone tell me this isn't real!
They were such valuable specimens. Is
He's
this a
freaking
soldier's work?
out like
Yeah.
his family
They haven't
died.
pegged the one responsible yet.
Jesus.
They were killed just before dawn, apparently. By the time the guards got here, the bastard cleared out on ODM gear.
Whoever it was must have had a lookout to warn him about the guards.
Oh dear. Someone's gone stark raving mad, haven't they?
How did it happen?
Let it go. This is a matter for the military police.
Yes, sir.
What is it you think you see? Who do you think the real enemy is here? Ignore me. Loaded question.
He's sketchy as hell. He could have done it. Yeah, the fact that zoom. Maybe there's another one. If there is, let me pause it for a minute. Nope. Okay. Cancel. So, yeah. That dude, yeah, I think he's the one that did it. He was sketched out as hell. She was crying like those were her family members or her friends that just died. That was just so weird. I guess that's the way she is with test subjects. If they die when she's not the one that does it, she freaks out, I guess. Okay. But anyways, I'll probably end up doing another episode. But peace. See you people next time.